Hello everyone. It is Friday night and here we go, another night of fun crafting, and I have something fun to play with you tonight. So I hope everyone has had a fantastic week. I see we've got lots of people here already. Nice to see you all. Hello. Yes, it was just you and me there for a little while, Margaret. I'm sorry I couldn't give you my full attention. I was trying to get everything set up on my desk. Hey Cindy. Hi Debbie. Hello. We have lots of people, and I'm so sorry if I don't say hello to everyone individually. I'm so sorry, but I will try and keep an eye kind of on comments so that it's hard to craft and watch comments at the same time. And one day when I'm really big and famous, I'm going to get someone, I'm sorry, that's a kind of a joke. When I get maybe a little bit more, I don't know, something, a bigger name, I will get someone to help me with the comments. I think that might be a good, maybe I give that job to my husband when he retires or something, but that's a long way away. So I'll be doing this on my own for a while yet. Hello, Leslie. Hi, Denise. If anyone has questions, please ask them. Sometimes I miss them though when I'm crafting, so then ask again, or I will come back and find them later. It was it was yucky first thing this morning. It was raining early this morning, Leslie, but then it was a beautiful day up here on the Central Coast this afternoon. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, you saw the card that do you know what? I went to find that card just before I went live and I can't find it. But you know what? I don't normally show what I'm making before I make it anyway. So we're just going to make it. That's just how it's going to go. Hello. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Solvega. Hi, Glenda. Goodness me. Everyone's here. All right. Lovely to have you all here. I'm going to switch over and we'll get started pretty quickly. The card that I made this week, I wonder if I can share my screen. Maybe I can. I don't know if I can or not. Maybe not. I'm not going to try that as a thing. But on Instagram and my Facebook page this week, if you don't follow me on one of those places, please do that. My Facebook page is Linda Doggy Stampin' Up Demonstrator, and then my YouTube channel. If you're watching YouTube, you know exactly where it is. But on Instagram, I'm known, my username on Instagram is Linda Stampin', and so it's like Linda Stamping but without the G, so just Linda Stampin'. That's how you can find me on Instagram. And this week I posted a really cool background that I did. I wish I could find the card. It maybe fell on the floor or something. I don't know. It's, it's early. And early, and we've already gone. And you can see up the back there, we've got guests. So everything in the spare room comes out into my craft room whenever we have guests. So it's all up there in the corner. So I'm just going to angle the camera. There you go. See, now you can't see it. See, just like magic, it's gone away. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. Nice to have you with us. Okay. Card is probably with the card making from Wednesday. Maybe it is with the card making from Wednesday, but I'm not worried because I'm going to recreate it for you anyway. So I'm going to switch over to the desk and we'll get started. This is a really cool technique, and I had there's something I actually came up with. I don't even know how. This is one of those weird moments. I thought, what if I tried this and it worked? So I'm going to show you what I did. It's been a while since I made the card, but it was a really fun one to make. I've kind of had it sitting there that one day I must show everyone how I did that, and then I forgot all about it. All right, so I'm going to switch over to my desk. So I'm going to bring my camera in. There we go. I've got the light going. It's all happening, and we're going to switch over. And let me try and straighten things up. There we go, just like that. So let me put this here, and there we go. I've got cords and bits and stuff everywhere. Goodness me. Not like me at all, is it? All right. You like the picture of the daisy in the pot? Oh, on my pinboard. That was the other day I was cleaning through going through some old filing cabinets and just cleaning out all the old stuff, and I went through a lot of my kids' old school stuff, like old school reports, and I asked Ben, do you want these? And he said no, he didn't. But what I found in his stuff, this is actually, I'll show it to you, and I stuck it up on my pin board because I thought it's a really nice reminder. So this is from Ben's school stuff. This is the one you're talking about, and it says growth mindset. You know, it's talking about the difference between having a growth mindset or what's the other one? Closed mindset, where, you know, if you have a growth mindset, you embrace or fixed mindset is the other option. You avoid challenges and you give up easy and all those things. And this is something they tried to teach the kids at school. And I thought, you know what, it's good for anyone. I really like this stuff. So I thought it was a good reminder that I should try and embrace challenges and learn new things and all that kind of stuff. And that's why it's on my pin board. So I'll have something else on my pin board next time, but that's what I have right now. Hey there, Joan. Nice to see you. Hey, Cheryl. All right. Oh, never too late, Kim. Just join whenever is good for you. It's never too late. All right. So for this technique, we're going to be working on watercolor paper. And as many of you know, watercolor is one of my favorite things. Hey, Serena. Nice to see you there. Oh, Serena, I've been meaning to get in touch with you to say congratulations on getting your quick start. That's exciting. Awesome. All right. Let me grab my trimmer. It just wasn't where it normally is. And what I'm going to do, this is a piece of Fluid 100. This is the stuff. Fluid 100 watercolor paper, which we sell here at Stampin' Up. Love this paper. It's got a really nice, it's got like a little bit of tooth to it, or a bit of key, as some people will say. It's a bit of texture, but it is still really smooth to work on and makes beautiful watercolor designs. So I'm actually going to, it is 5 inches. Yes, it's inches, but this is the measurement of the paper. It says here on the back, 5 inches by 7. Which is 12.5 by 17.8 centimeters. Okay, so if you need the centimeters, that's it, 12.7 by 17.8. But for most people, it's just 5 by 7. And so what I do is on the 7-inch side, I cut it at 3.5, which is exactly halfway. And that way I get 2 card fronts out of a piece of the Fluid 100 paper. And I'm going to be putting this this is a bit of Starry Sky cardstock. And this is going to end up right here on the front like that. Okay, but we're going to work on this paper and have a bit of fun. So like I said, I don't know what possessed me to do this. You use it for, yeah, it's really cool, Cindy. I agree. All right, so I've got here some re-inkers. Now I actually don't need all of these re-inkers. Let me see if I got my, I'm just going to get my, we may need to do some cleaning as we go. So I'm going to get my Stampin' Scrub out and open that up so it's ready to go. But I'm going to be using these colors. Now these are ink colors from last year. So the ink colors from last year is this set. It's Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, and Tahitian Tide. They're very, very bright, unlike the new ones. The new ones are much more muted and I like to say a little bit grungy. I like that. But last year's were very, very bright. So it's been nice to have a little holiday from the bright ones. I'm going to get rid of the Sweet Sorbet and I'm going to be using these colors because I think they look really good together. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to be making this card with re-inkers. Well, let's be specific, with re-ink bottles. Has anyone remembered what I did yet? All right, so let me start. It doesn't matter which one I start with. I'm going to start with my ink pad. And I'm going to dip my re-inker into the bottom of the ink pad. And then I'm going to stamp it right there on my paper. Okay, so did anyone who guessed that this is what I had done? Because I don't think anyone did. And I'm going to make them almost touch, okay, and then pick a different color. So let's keep Starry Sky open. And I'm going to go to Tahitian. No, I'm going to go Parakeet Party next. And it doesn't really matter. You can change them over, but I'm keeping the same one to like the same color re-inker to do that so I don't get them mixed up and go into the wrong bit of. So I'm trying to mostly keep them so they're kind of just touching. You didn't guess it. I know. Hey, Megan. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Where have you been, honey? All right, so I'm using literally my re-inkers, but more specifically the bottles to create this. And you know what? You can do different things. I was thinking the other day, you have a raised edge on the bottom of your Tombow. You could stamp that too. Look, let's stamp Tombow. Look at that. So there you go. You can do all kinds of things. I'm going to do the Orchid. Yep, Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to put that here. And so some of the colors are close to each other and some of them are more far away. So this is going to take a little while to do this, but I'm not worried. It's because it's actually really fun to do. And like I said, I'm just trying to make them kind of touch. And if it's not, there's no perfect about this. You just keep going and you just, yeah, just let them be wherever they're going to be. So it's going to take a little while to do this, but not too long. It's just repetitive. So if you wanted to, I don't know, wanted to sing a song while we're doing this, or you want to talk or ask questions, this would be a good time because, you know, I'm going to put, and I'm just trying to keep, so I don't want the colors to be like back to back. I want them to have a little bit of space between them. So maybe that one and so on. Yeah, there you go. I think a few people are here tonight just to see what the heck I did with these, and I hope no one's disappointed. It's pretty simple, isn't it? So I don't know. I just had this idea. I wanted to do something with circles one night, and it kind of just came to me that, hey, I've got circles. I might not have the stamps. I might not have any circle outline stamps, but I have other ways of making circles, right? So and maybe blue, light blue down here. Whoops, messed up. That one doesn't matter. Like I said, this is very forgiving. It doesn't really matter where you put them or what you do. It's going to look good. And when we're done, you won't notice if any are a little bit out of place. So we need some Tahitian tide here and some Parakeet Party. Jody, that's your favorite color, isn't it? Don't you love that? You must be happy about Lemon Lime Twist coming back. Are you happy about that? Does that make you happy? All right, and I'm nearly there. Which one? I think Orchid down here. And maybe a little bit of Tahitian Tide here and here. And I think that's probably it. I think we're good. You haven't seen this done before? Me either, Cindy. I'm sure other people have thought of this. Look, we love stamping with stamps. But sometimes you want to use other things. Now I'm going to actually rub the bottom of my re-inker straight onto my Stampin' Scrub to clean them. Why not? You could use a chamois too if you prefer. If you're a chamois person. Who's a chamois person? Who prefers a chamois to the scrub? What does everyone use? I'd love to know. All right, now I'm going to get my water painter, okay? And I'm going to let a little bit of, move this out of the way. I'm actually going to close all my inks up at the moment. I may need them again, but we'll see. And I'm going to let a bit of water run through, okay? And I'm going to pick up some Starry Sky. And I'm actually just going to colour with the colour from the outside. So just use the water and then you can kind of, now if you want to add more, I may come back and add more of like straight from the re-inkers if I feel like it, but we'll see. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit all the Starry Sky ones. Scrub, says Joan. Scrub, says Elizabeth. Whammy, says Sue Thomas. We've got a couple of Sues here, I think. Just going to, and so if you go over the edges a couple of times, like go over the outside line and then pull the color into the center with your water. And you might need to give it a bit more of a squeeze every now and then. You want to make sure it's wet enough to pick up some color. Now, I'm pretty sure on my original one that I did actually add some more color where I felt it wasn't dark enough. And that's easy to do. I noticed that the orchid doesn't color up as much as the Starry Sky, which you'd expect because it's a lighter color. All right, so if I wanted to add a bit more color with my Starry Sky, what I could do is grab a small block, dip it into my ink, drop it on my table. Whoops, sorry. And then run a bit of water through, and let's, you know, we can make some of these quite dark. So it just makes it a bit quicker too than trying to pick up the color from the outside. But you don't have to. If you're very patient, you might decide that you want to. And I'm going to have some darker and some lighter. So I'm coloring them in pretty roughly, because some of you may have noticed we have another step. In fact, a couple of people did guess this step. Which is we're going to spritz it once we've added our color. So we're going to actually kind of muddy up our circles and make them go a little bit random. So don't worry. Oh, I've got a splash then. That's all right. So we've got some color here, but we're going to add a bit more on some of the circles. Not all of them. I'm not going to worry about the whole lot. I'm just going to give some color. And then I'm going to go back and do the same thing with the other colors. So I hope that this is not boring for anyone. I feel like I should, on my videos that I post, like the pre-recorded videos that I post, I always speed up any boring bits, but I can't do it when I'm live. I can't speed it up. So let's see. We nearly got all of our Starry Sky, and I'm just doing Starry Sky and all the bluish ones, even the orchid ones, but that's fine. You could actually go with the orchid if you wanted. All right, that's getting pretty close now. So you still got the sharper edges. Can you see that? Oh, okay, Chris. We'll see you on the replay. So you can still see the outside edges where the re-inker bottles actually made the marks, but then we've colored it in with a bit more color. And we want a bit more color because when we spritz it later, we want the color to run a little bit. Or I'm going to push this, give it a squeeze and push that color through until it comes clear. I don't know if, is Ellen, are you watching tonight? I'm sorry I missed your call earlier, honey. And then you messaged me and I missed that too. Because the phone was on the charger. So the answer was no, I didn't have what you were looking for. I do have some, but not a full pack. I'm so sorry. I love living close to other demonstrators and all being able to help each other out with products, but I feel really bad if I can't help. All right. Going to add, so I'm just taking the easy route and the slightly faster route by coloring in with the re-inkers rather than dragging the color into the middle. But if you want a softer, more subtle kind of result, then just use water and spread the line, pull the color into the middle of the circle. Okay, I think that's all the light blue ones, all the Tahitian Tide. It's looking cool. Not boring? Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad that's relaxing. Thank you. Because I always worry if I take too long doing something that you guys are going to get bored. All right, let's see. Now I've got some color already here from a previous creative time, but I think I still get a better result if I use my blocks. So let me grab another one. I must have misplaced my A block. I've got two A blocks and neither of them are in my drawer. Never mind, don't need to have them, and these blocks are also okay. Let's get this coloured in. So is it kind of starting to look like the background on the original card now? Do you think? And you can see how nice these colours look together. I think I said this on my last video when we were talking colours, maybe last weekend or one of the last ones, that to me the test of a good set of in colours is when you can put any three of them together and they look good. So this set definitely meets that criteria. You can put any, we've got 4 here today, but you know, this could be 3 or 4 colours, and they look fabulous, right? We've kind of got our circles all coloured in now. All right, so now I'm going to use a spritzer, okay, and I'm going to put this where I'm not going to spray all over everything, although all I have in here is water. For anyone who doesn't know, these spritzers come in a pack of 2. I think they are an essential thing to have in your, I just realised how crooked I'm getting. How does that happen? Let me try and get it back to square. There we go. That's not too bad. Yeah, the spritzers come empty. You get 2 in a pack, and I think they're around the $5 mark or something like that. And then they have, like, you just unscrew them, put water straight from the tap into the barrel here, and then put the cap back on, give it a good old screw on, and then we're ready to spray. Make sure when you go to spray, you do not have the nozzle facing towards you, although it is only water, so it's not that big a deal. And what we're going to do now is we're going to spray it. Now, I always spray on an angle, okay? I don't spray straight down. If I want, depends. If I want the color to move a particular direction, in this way I'm quite happy for it to move over this way, then I'm going to spray from that direction to try and get that movement. So let me start by spraying, and I'm going to give it a pretty good spray. Now, some of the color is going to start to move. And because we've got enough water on the top, you may see some of it bleeding into some of the different ones. And I love this effect. I really, really love it. Now, I've noticed, get the rest of the green off this, squeeze the water through, that a couple of these, that one's not painted quite well, but that's okay. This one didn't end up with any, but let me quickly add some blue to that. And there's a bit there too. All right, so you can see now it's sort of starting to bleed around into each other. You could let it dry naturally, but of course that would take forever. And I know you guys don't want to sit here and wait for this to dry. You know, it's like, what is it? The old thing about watching paint dry? Well, it's a bit like that. Then again, I'm just seeing that oh, here it is. She put it back. My daughter's had my heat tool, and I was worried that maybe she hadn't returned it, but she did. She did. All right. So I'm going to plug in my heat tool, and I'm going to dry this off. Now, also, the heat tool, because the air is coming from the heat tool, you can use it to actually push the colour in a particular direction as well. So let's see how we go. I'm going to use a pair of tweezers just to hold it in place, and I'm going to give it a bit of a blast. Now, because it's quite wet, it might just take a moment, well, a little bit of time for this to dry properly, but it's a lot faster than letting it dry naturally. It is drying. And a lot of the colours have bled together now, but I really like this effect. Yes, Megan, that's correct. It's the Fluid 100 watercolour paper that we sell. It's really good. All right, it's getting pretty dry, pretty close now. If the paper starts to curl, then my suggestion is to turn it over and do the back, and that will help flatten it out. Okay, so you can go backwards and forwards to make sure that your paper is flat. Also, when you glue it down, it's going to glue flat, so don't worry. All right. So this is how it's coming together now. So I've got a piece of Starry Sky, and that's going to end up right there on the Starry Sky piece. What do you think? Do we like this? Is this a fun thing to do? There you go, spritzers. Jody, she's put it up for us. Spritzers are $5.75. I wonder if they're going up in the new catalogue. Do you know, guys, that's something worth knowing, is that there are a few things that are going up, quite a few things that are going up in the new catalogue, notably punches. Tombow is going up. Envelopes are going up. Cardstock is going up. Ink pads are going up. So my suggestion to you is, if there's something that you want, especially if it's something in the way of basics, I would be looking at the catalogue now and making those smart decisions now to get what you need before the price increases. It's just how things are right now with shipping and everything else, as you might imagine. I don't think anyone has been particularly surprised that we are seeing some price increases in the new catalogue. You liking this? All right. So the other thing that's worth noting, if you have your eye on a particular bundle, there is a high chance that it might not be a bundle in the new catalogue. So if you have something that's a bundle and you love it, check it out now. If you are looking at retiring products between now and the end of the month, because they all finish on the 1st of May, if you are looking at the particular items, even though you get 10% off saving on a bundle, some retiring items are actually discounted more by buying them separately than buying them as a bundle. Okay, so just be aware of that. Also, the spritzers are going up to $7. Is that right, Kim? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Okay. So Kim's telling us that 2 spritzers are going to be $7. They're currently $5.75, but in the new catalogue they will be $7. So definitely worth getting some now if you love them, because you can do so many fun things with them. They're really cool. All right. So this is actually looking really good. I'm going to grab out of my Ellen calls hers the Use It Up box, and I love that name, but I don't feel like I should steal Ellen's idea of a Use It Up box, but I'm just looking to see what size pieces I have here that I can put. So I've got lots of shapes that we can add. See, that one's too big. This is too big. This one here. That vellum piece is a good size. Let me see, what else could we put on here? Well, we do have a nice you know what, that would be good. Let's go with that. And maybe I did something fun today. I'd stamped some cards to go out in the mail. And well, actually, I had a friend here, and she and I stamped them together. And we used a new stamp set. Would you like to see it? Let me grab it for you. This is actually a bundle, but I love this, and it's so much fun. This is coming in the new catalogue. It's called Crafting With You. How perfect is this, right? You've got some really nice words. Sending you a handmade hug, which is the one I used on my cards today. This is cool. Life is better when you're crafting. You inspire me. And then we've got, you know, balls of wool. We've got a sewing machine. We've got paintbrushes. And look what we have here. Can you see what it is? Of course, I had to stamp this in boho blue, of course. I know, isn't it cute? And yes, there's a trimmer in the dies, which is super, super cute. So cute. You've ordered that, Cindy, have you? Yeah, I'm excited to have more of a play with it. I have actually designed a card. All right, let me let you know. I have designed a card for our craft along this week. Now, craft along this month, the April craft along is actually going to be next Saturday, the 29th of April. So not tomorrow, but Saturday, so tomorrow week. So Saturday the 29th at 2 p.m. Sydney time. Now, I'm using this stamp, the Life is Better When You're Crafting. I'm using that stamp on my card. I'm sneaking some new product for those of you who have the supply packs, and the supply packs have all been mailed out, so they should be on their way. Well, they are on their way. So you'll see a little bit of this set showing up in quite a few of my projects over the next little while, because I think it's super cute. Super cute. The scissors, I know, so cute. Actually, let me grab the dies. Let me grab them. So this is, I'll show you what the girls are talking about, scissors and trimmers and things. So the dies are, they do match the stamp set, but there are some independent ones that are separate to the stamp set, which I really love when they do that. All right, so here we have, this is the trimmer. It actually cuts a piece that goes under here, so you can slide something in underneath it, like slide a piece of paper under it. Here's your scissors. Super cute. That the scissors are the ones that Glenda was talking about. There's this easel, matches the easel in the stamp set. But then there's, and this matches the sewing machine, but then there's also just a really nice round circle, a ruler. You've got little spools of ribbon that you could do fun things with. This is a really fun set, and we'll definitely be having lots of fun playing time with this one. So I thought you might like to see it. That's something that's coming, and it will be available to customers. Demonstrators can get it now, but customers can buy it as of the 2nd of May. Isn't it cute? But demonstrators can order it this month if you want it. Isn't there brads for the scissors? I don't know. Did I not notice those? I don't think so. I don't think I saw them, but I'm not going to say you're wrong, because I bet you're right. Well, you could just use brads, right? But I can't see anything here that you would use. But there's little hearts, little stars. But yes, we have brads that I certainly could use. Are these the brads we've got? Yeah. We've got brads that we could put in for the scissors, and then they could open and close. How cute. Oh, the round circle's an embroidery. Of course it's an embroidery hoop. Of course it is. I haven't even taken it off the backing yet. This is actually the first time I've opened these. I saw them in the catalogue, but I haven't obviously been right through and had a really close look. So thank you guys. That's very cool. An embroidery hoop is a cool idea. Then there's little buttons, all sorts of fun. What are these guys? Does anyone know what those are? What are those? Someone tell me what these things are. Do you know? Or you could stick a bead on top too. That would work. If you didn't need your scissors to open and close, you could do that. Oh, I see. Sorry, Megan, I thought you meant there was a die for it. I'm like, really? Ah, the spools are super cute. I love them. All right, so we'll come back and play with this more another time, right? The cotton reels, yeah. How cool. I see now. I've got it. I've worked it out. Well, you guys worked it out, and I believe you. So there you go. All right, so seeing as we've got that stamp set out, let me just grab it. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to put it. I think life is better when you're crafting, although I feel like when I have, oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll put You Inspire Me, because something inspired me to use refills as stamps. I don't know what I was thinking that day. It just happened. But anyway, we do that sometimes, right? So I'm going to put You Inspire Me down here. And let me pop this here on the block. And I think I'm going to use my Starry Sky. I usually go with a darker color for my sentiments because I want them to stand out, right? Let's stamp that down. There we go. That's nice. All right, and then this is going to go right there in the center, so the circle goes top and bottom, above and below. All right, so I'm going to put some dimensionals behind that. All right, 1 and 2. 1 and whoop. I messed that one up. I'll come. That one will be just. We'll pass that one on to something else because I'm not going to use it now. All right. Right, so that's going to go on there like that, which is kind of cool. Let's just whack some more on because you can never have enough dimensionals, right? And let's pop that there. And I feel like it definitely needs bling, but maybe even ribbon. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Now, my ribbon supply is looking very sad right now because I have not replaced all my ribbon that I've recently lost in. Oh, you know what might work? And I've actually got some already tied. Even better, this glittery ribbon, okay, the organdy glittery ribbon is not going to be in the new catalog, but it's going to become an online exclusive. So it won't actually be in the new catalog, but it's also not retiring until once it sells out, it will be gone, but it's going to be an online exclusive for now. So I'm going to actually pop this here, and I'm actually going to put this on here a little bit, make the loops a little smaller, and I'm going to use a glue dot. This would be nice too because you can, this ribbon, the glittery ribbon, looks really nice when you use your blends to color the ribbon because it colors the sparkles as well, which is a really nice idea. And where is my, I know where it is. We were cutting ribbon over at the table today as we were sending out all the packets for Craft Along. So for those of you who ordered with me last month, you're going to have a nice treat coming your way this month because you're going to have you're going to have new product that you can play with when we do our Craft Along on the 29th. So it will be new product, which I haven't done that before, but I thought it would be a nice thank you for ordering with me, and also a nice way of introducing you to something out of the new catalog. So that's what we're doing. We're playing with new product, and we're doing embossing folded techniques, and you're going to learn some lovely techniques with the embossing folders. We'll be doing it live to show you a fun technique, but there'll be other techniques as well, and those will be in the additional tutorials, which those of you who ordered last month will automatically receive. Also, if you're team members of mine, you'll automatically receive them. And if you wish, for example, if you're overseas or you're not my customer, or if you would like the tutorials with all the different techniques, you can, if you wish, purchase those. All right, so, but I'll explain more about that during the week and leading up to Craft Along. So looking forward to that happening next month. While I'm putting this together, next month is going to be very interesting because I'm going to have to do Craft Along really early next month. So next month is not, I'm actually going away on the Stampin' Up incentive trip on the 20th of May. And normally I do Craft Along right towards the end of the month. So this time I won't be. Instead, I'm going to be we're going to be doing Craft Along on the, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's the 13th of May. So it's a Saturday. Does that sound right? Let me quickly look at my calendar. Yes, Saturday the 13th, because that's exactly a week before we leave. So I'm going to have everything in the mail really early, but it will be going, the packets will be going out to everyone who ordered from me this month, April. Okay, so if you placed an order with me in April, you'll receive the Craft Along pack to make the project with me in May. Okay, I hope that makes sense to everybody. Now, what bling will we have? Jody, help me. What bling do we need? Twine would have been good too, yes. Ribbon and bling. You think wrong way, Shirley. Never mind. It's down now. So let me just quickly, I think I have, I'm going to see if I have any. Like I said, my bling is seriously depleted. I have to buy more. Oh, I did buy some new ones. Would you like to see those? These are new blings in the new catalog. These ones match the Daisies bundle, which I already have. These are really nice, and I'll be showing you more of these. They're shiny, sparkly ones. And then these ones are my favorite new ones. I love these. These are the new in color dots. How nice are these? They look like tiger's eye, cat's eye kind of. See, the colours are boho blue. I've got to get used to it. Pebble Path, Wild Wheat, Moody Mauve, and Copper. Is it Copper Clay? Is that right? Have I got that name right? I'm still learning, guys. You have to be nice. In Color Bling. Isn't it beautiful? It's just lovely. So this is the new In Color Bling for the new colors that are coming from next month. And I really love these. I think these are really nice. They're the best in color ones we've had for a while. Last year we had the matte dots, and I've pretty much used up all of my matte dots, I believe. I'm just looking here to see if I have any left, but I may have actually pulled them out when I pulled out all my retiring stuff, which is a bit of a tricky thing. You've got to pull out all the retiring stuff so that you haven't got it, you know, taking up all the space. But then you kind of then find that you haven't kept enough. Well, that's what I find anyway. So maybe I could go with some of these little gold ones from the gems. Maybe those might be nice. That would be lovely. Or iridescent rhinestones, of course, will work. And they're my favorites. You know they are. What do you think? So we're going to go iridescent rhinestones. Matching bling on the card. Yeah, I don't have those colors anymore because, like I said, they're retiring. So I can go gold, or I could go sparkly like these ones, or I can go, you know, I've got these sparkly gold, those ones, but it doesn't lend itself to sparkly gold like that, like brassy gold. Oh, I wonder if I could find those. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to see if I can find the gems that were the matte dots from last year's collection. I might still have them. The problem is that we put all this stuff out already. A little early, probably. I could also do... oh, and look, last week we were looking for these, and now I find them. Now I find the faux sea glass things. Of course. So I've got some really lovely bling in here that's retired, but none that I actually can use. Rhinestones. Yep. All right. Okay, let's just do it. Rhinestones are so reliable, are they not? Let's see. So I've got a big one here. I'm going to pop that straight down there. Yep, this is the right choice. Thank you. And then I'm going to go this one here and a little one just up here. Just like that. What do you think? Is that okay? Will that suffice, Jody? Do you think that's all right? Oh, that's really nice, Leslie. Isn't that lovely that you... Oh, little butterflies. That would have worked too, Marilyn. Thank you. No, I don't have any parakeet or orchid bling. I'm so sorry because they're retiring those ones, and so I don't have them anymore. I could colour them in. Yes, true. I could use... There's nothing to say I can't colour the iridescent rhinestones with the blends that match. I could do that. They do have the best customer service. Really, really good. And they will do it. They bend over backwards to fix things if there's a problem. They really do. So, okay. So we did a card. So I have my dad staying with us, and they're leaving tomorrow. And I'm thinking that I'm not going to do another full card with you tonight, but I am going to show you what else I got today. And this is fairly new. This is a new product, and some of you will recognize it. It's a kit, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to pull the pieces out because I haven't actually opened it up properly yet. As you can see, it's still all shrink wrapped inside. This is called the Colourful Kaleidoscope kit. Really, really, really like this. This is new, and it makes 9 cards, 3 of each of 3 different designs, as you see there on the front. So this is actually the instruction sheet right here. I'm going to open up. Here's our stamps, and here's our little grey granite ink pad. Let me move these out of the way, and I'm going to grab my scissors. And let's have a little look. And then on Sunday night, I will make something with another of our new things. So I'll show you some more new product on Sunday night. So I'm finally getting all my pre-orders and things coming through now. So I had, I think, 3 orders come yesterday, all in one day, including all my catalogs that I'd been waiting on. So I sent out a bunch of those today. Yeah. All right, so the colors in this. So it's called the Colorful Kaleidoscope because I don't know if you can see. Let's pull out the instruction sheet. But it's like layers of shapes or, you know, it does look like a kaleidoscope, you know, like, do you remember? I used to love those things, you know, the little kaleidoscope, look like a little telescope, and you turned the bottom and looked in the top and it changed as the sands, the different colored sands moved around. I loved them. I could look at them for hours and hours and hours. So this is a lot like this. Yep, better late than never, Michelle. No such thing as too late. Always lovely to have you with us. It has been a fun week for deliveries this week. Oh my goodness. All right, so this here shows you how they layer, okay? And then you put the thank you greetings, because the stamps that are in here are all different types of thanks. So, well, actually, no, they're not. This one says, thanks, I can't thank you enough. And I love you so much. And then this one says, thank you, thank you, thank you. This one says, just because you're so special to me. But you know what? If you didn't want the you're so special to me, you could just ink up the just because with your markers. That actually, because I like a just because stamp. Just because, right? This one says, may your day be filled with light and love. And over here, we've got wishing you a magical birthday. So we have thank yous and birthdays. And I think these are really useful sentiments. You could use these for a lot of different things. Oh, it's nice to have you both chatting to each other, Jody and Michelle. All right, so you can see all the different designs here and how they work together. So this one's got like an angled shape, and then they all layer over the top. So really, really cool. This is the instruction sheet. It shows you all that is in it, all the little the sentiment shapes here that push out that you can stamp your sentiments on, and little bits here too. These ones, these are really nice. Okay, so this is your block for your stamps. So these kits do include a block. This is what we call an all-inclusive kit. So it's got the stamps, it's got the ink, you've got everything you need. In fact, there's no twine in this one, so you don't even need scissors. Everything you need is in this one. So if you knew someone who was in hospital looking for something to do, this would be a fantastic idea, okay? Great for kids in the school holidays, but not just for kids. These are for any age. I love these. They're like the brush metallic dots. So aren't they nice? Love them. Then we've got our acrylic block. We have our mini dimensionals. I don't know if you can, hang on, let me see if I can get them in the right place. Come on. Can you see? Little mini ones. Tiny, tiny. Love them. Very useful. All right. And then you've got all these different little shapes and things all bagged up. Okay. So you can see they're very delicate, very intricately cut. See how nice they are? And then they are over the top of other shapes below them. And that's what, by layering the different shapes together, that's what gives you the kaleidoscope. I think they're really fun. And then we've got our envelopes, which have got really nice designs. Look at these. You know what this reminds me of? When I was a kid, I told you I like kaleidoscopes, but something else I love that this reminds me of. Did anyone ever have a spirograph kit? I absolutely loved spirograph kits, and I would go to people's houses because I wasn't allowed to have one. I don't know why, but I just wasn't. I don't know whether it was because it was too expensive, maybe. I don't know, but I know I used to go to other people's houses, and if they had a spirograph, I could just play with that thing all day, you know, with the little circles with the cogs, and you made them go round and round and round, and they created all these amazing shapes. This reminds me a little bit of that, especially that one. Oh, and that, look at that. That's very spirograph. Look at that. Anyway, I think it was a 70s thing. Does anyone know? 70s or 80s? Something. I think it was 70s because it was when I was quite young. So you wanted one too, and Santa never bought you one either. I feel your pain, Cheryl. Yeah, look at everybody talking about their spirographs. I know, weren't they the best? So this brings back that kind of memory for me. 70s. That's what I thought too, Kim. I remember going to people's houses and finding them at their house, and yeah. So this reminds me of that. Anybody else? Do you see why I like this? So it kind of just appealed to me, I think, because of those childhood memories. And see, this is the one with that angle that I showed you before. So these are the card bases that you layer these other shapes over the top of. And then you end up with all these lovely kind of, they look like they've got some depth about them. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And they've got shiny gold foil bits on them too. So 80s for you, Jody. There you go. And late 60s, says Cheryl. Oh, my goodness. I know. They did have pins to hold the wheels down. And you used to put your pencil in the hole and turn it. Yeah, I used to love them. All right. So then these are to create dimension between the layers. So they're like long, thin. They're like dimensionals, but long, thin dimensionals. Can you see them? So these are double-sided. You peel one side off and that gives you the layers. And then you've got your layering die cuts for the sentiments and some more die cuts there. Oh, and we have some glue dots. These are the glue dots on these are the glue dots on the backing paper, not the glue dots on a roll. Okay, but they still do the same thing. When you peel them off, that is a it's sticky on one side and then you can peel the other side off and it becomes just like a normal glue dot. Okay, I don't know if she's watching tonight, but I had one lady who didn't realize these were glue dots. She thought they were embellishments, which I suppose they could be, but they're not particularly the prettiest of embellishments. But I can see why she thought that. So they are actually glue dots. All right, so let me put the envelopes back in. I can never put it in. It's a bit like going to the hairdresser. You can never get it the way they do it. So I'm going to try and put it back as neatly as I can. Let's put this in here. I'm going to put these back in here. I'm not sure why I'm bothering to pack it all up because I'm sure I'm going to make some of these cards. But anyway, you never know. So what do you think? Do we like that? Must be very young. I don't know what's very young, Leslie. I don't always feel very young. I'd like to be young, but then again, you know what? Who wants to be young again? Like when I was young, I knew nothing. I made the most hideous mistakes, all sorts of things that I did wrong. I feel like you never quite get past that, but I do feel like I think my decisions through a little bit more now that I'm a bit older. Don't you think? You don't like those glue dots? That's okay. You can always use your normal ones. 58. A bit before me, Cheryl. But not as many, not as much as you think. They still sell them in Big W. Oh, I might have to, next time I get a bonus, I might have to go down there and get myself one just for old time's sake. You know, there was another thing I wasn't allowed to have that I really wanted. I'm going to switch over to the camera so we can talk to each other face to face. Give me a second. Switch. There we go. What I was going to say was the other thing I really wanted when I was a kid, and I did buy myself some as an adult just because I could, was Derwent pencils, watercolor pencils. I so badly wanted Derwents when I was a kid. Everybody who was cool had Derwent pencils and I wanted some. So, hey Heather, nice to see you. Oh, don't forget the ink spot. Good point. Thank you. I did forget the ink spot. It got left behind, and we don't like things to get left behind, do we? So I'm putting it back in. All right. So I'm not going to make any more tonight. We're going to stick with this one. So who was surprised? Did anyone honestly truly guess what I had done? This is how it's looking now. You can see that the color has settled down and it's bled a little bit, but it's also, I think it turned out really nice. I like how it finished. Exactly. You do have to make mistakes. That's how you gain experience, right? They are, but you know what? So are ours, Kim. I love our pencils, and I love that they're in Stampin' Up colours. So I'm actually really happily using Stampin' Up ones now. But once upon a time, I remember Derwents were the big deal. Michelle, that's awesome. So there you go. There's some inspiration. Sometimes you can use other things to get interesting effects on your cards that aren't necessarily, like we did stamping on here, but it wasn't with stamps per se, but we did use our re-inkers. So I hope you like it. So there you go. That's my card for tonight. I'm going to go join the family. I think they're going to play a game of aggravation, which is a family pastime that everyone seems to enjoy. So I'm going to go do that. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. It's a long weekend for some people here in Australia because Tuesday is Anzac Day, and I know some people have taken the Monday off. Double demerit points, guys. For anyone who's driving this weekend, please be careful because it's double demerits from now right through until, I believe, midnight Tuesday night. So be very, very careful. Thank you. I will enjoy my family night, and you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be back on Sunday night. See you then. Bye-bye.